It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to The Local Show, the 2023 4th of July celebration edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local businesses. We talk to the business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We learn how they got into business, why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, where their businesses might be going in the future, and you're going to hear all about their successes, challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising, broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. Happy July to Steve Roberts. How are you, buddy?
Summer's here, Tom.
Summertime, yeah.
That's right.
And the living is sort of easy.
Yeah, no, it's better than winter. Anything's better than winter.
Yeah.
But, no, it's all good. All the fishing seasons are open. Trout, bass, pike.
Yeah.
It's all fair game.
They had that fishing amnesty day where you could one whole day.
It's
without a license.
I guess that's a good idea. It gets people maybe feel like they could go,
but do it over a weekend.
Yeah.
One day, it's hard to plan for just one day.
Yeah, no, I mean it might get people interested in it, and it's fun and whatnot. I had to renew my license. It used to be it was not a calendar year. The timing was like you got it renewed like September or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
but it is actually a calendar year, and I just renewed mine because it was winding down because I slid. But I've had one since I was 16. So
right. That's good.
But we got to get you fishing.
You don't take out too many fish, so they don't really they're concerned about you.
They're not like, oh, him?
He can go as many times as you want.
Good point.
Really affecting the
full amnesty. Yeah, that's true.
All right. Hey, look, we've got a great show all lined up for you. As a matter of fact, Grant Fletcher's going to come back. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, he's going to run back from Fleet Feet. And then John Kupperman's going to be up first. Sev Ganella stops by. He's the director of operations at Clean All. And then Lucretia Hudzinski is the director of the Liverpool Chamber. She'll be by. Brian Dumont, president of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. He'll stop by for a conversation. And then Jim Deakins is the owner of Crossroads Auction. A neighbor of mine, I think, is using him.
There you go.
For some of their parents' stuff. And then George Powers, owner of Powers Accounting. And then Johanna Bassard. She's an agriculture teacher and the part owner in Barbland and White Eagle Dairy.
Wow, Tom, that was impressive.
And that's associated with Onondaga Grown. So
they don't let me do those things, Tom. Good job. That was awesome.
We'll be talking with her. Right now, a little easier to talk to. Here's John Kupperman. How are you, buddy?
Very fine, thanks.
Good. Owner of Smith's Restaurant Supply. You've been doing that since what? You were 7 or 8 years old? Or?
Before.
Started officially working when I was 9.
Okay, that's good.
And so
Did you start drinking coffee as a kid because it was in the place?
No. We started drinking coffee legitimately probably about 40 years ago in the store.
Okay.
Crazy. Yeah.
You can't eat coffee beans, can you?
If you want to get a serious buzz, a caffeine buzz, you can.
Wait,
really?
In chocolate? Have you had those dipped in chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You can dip them in chocolate, and some people will nibble on them.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of caffeine.
You get a lot of caffeine that way, yeah.
I need caffeine, Tom.
I know.
If only I had more caffeine.
Can you imagine us eating coffee beans here? That would be wonderful.
No.
So the store is in a new location for those people who don't know.
Forever.
It's been the past, 3 years, 4 years?
3.5 years we've been in DeWitt now.
Okay. And right across from Texas Roadhouse, yeah.
Go downtown. Yeah.
Well, it's an iconic building, and you left the sign up, so at least
it is a little confusing, but at least the name is still in the community now.
Yeah, and it's kind of easy to get to because if you pass the old iconic building and you just keep going east on Erie Boulevard, you're going to run into your new place.
That's absolutely
easy.
True. Sure.
Are people into barbecue stuff this time of year, or is it? Are they thinking coffee? What's rocking at Smith?
They are thinking barbecue, and they're thinking outdoor pizza.
Oh yeah, tell us about that outdoor pizza thing. Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, you got pizza makers that can make a full pizza with toppings in 60 seconds.
That's correct. It's a company called Uni, and they make a 12-inch and a 16-inch. But once it cooks at about 1,000 degrees, and once you preheat the oven, the pizzas come out every 60 seconds. Wow. So you can just one after the other.
I can't believe that. Is it really crispy, or is it?
It's going to be a thin crust pizza, obviously. But you can line up a whole series of pizzas, top them any way you want, and just roll them out like crazy.
So they're more like the flatbread type things.
Yeah.
Leave it in 65 seconds. It's on fire. Boom.
Yeah.
What else can you put in there? Can you?
It's really really for pizzas. It's so hot.
Some wingnut's going to try a steak and come out with
well, then you're going to ruin the inside stone and everything else. I mean, you just make them muck it up.
So you sell these?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And they're fueled by.
Some are wood or coal, and others are propane, like a barbecue tank.
Okay, so this is like the pizzas that have become all the rage.
Yes,
which are called, I forgot, what are they called? The ones, the pizza places.
It's called type 2 diabetes.
No, there's the places that do them commercially.
I would just call them thin crust, but
okay.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Well, like Panera has the It too, and what are they?
That thing, Tom. Wait, if listeners forget things, you're right in. If you forget your wife's name, you're in the right crowd.
Right, and we're supposed to be the experts in pizza, right? And
so barbecue's rocking.
Oh yeah, absolutely, crazy.
With the pizza, still coffee, still going.
Yeah, everybody drinks coffee year round.
Right.
I mean,
do you have any iced coffee stuff? To make it?
Yeah, we've got cold brew supplies, and if you want to do it that way, or you just make coffee and ice it.
Do you? We've identified you as a coffee snob a little bit. Do you do iced coffee, or is that like it's ice, it's water? Does that kill you? Yeah.
No.
Because you need the pure balance and
he's not going to put all that sugar.
I'm never without a cup of coffee with it.
Right.
But you won't put ice in it.
No.
Not you. Okay.
Good. No. Always hot for me.
So you also have summer supplies like tins and sterno and all that.
It's one of the things. Remember, when we were off air, and I said I just leased some more space. It's partially to hold all the disposables that we're selling.
That's what that's called, disposables.
Disposables, yeah, foil pans,
like
takeout
Steve. We call him a disposable.
Right.
Don't agree with him.
But yeah, I mean, it's now become such a significant part of the business that you need storage space for this.
Sure.
Amazing. I'm still shocked at how much we're selling of that.
That's wonderful. You're still sharpening dull knives?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And I would really encourage people when they come in to properly wrap their knives.
Yeah.
Had another customer come in yesterday.
And point them at you?
Yeah. Just not in a bag, not anything. Can you sharpen my knives? And they're just pointing them at me. I was like, put them down, please.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No, but it's dull, so could it really hurt you?
It's sharp points.
Oh, that's true. So people can get that done there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I don't know anybody else that even does that.
I don't know of anybody either.
If they are serrated, you do not do it.
I can't do them, but I can show you how to do them.
All right. Because I did have some serrated ones, but I would just bring in the normal, non-serrated.
We used to have the knife guy go in the neighborhood. Did you, Tom?
Yes. Yeah, the guy would ring the bell.
Ring the bell and come through.
Remember that?
Yeah. But that wasn't you, was it?
No.
Okay.
Not even a relative.
Or your great-great-great-grandfather?
No, didn't do that.
He had a revolving belt, I believe. The belt.
Some of them were stones.
Stones, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But you have it all up there, including all of the supplies, anything for the kitchen, really.
Anything for a household or commercial kitchen.
Right. And you can get those really nice pans, like cookie sheets that'll last forever, not just some, something you buy in those grocery stores. You make one batch of cookies and they burn, and then, you're done.
Yeah, nicely. I've got a couple lines that are American made.
Oh, awesome.
That's
outstanding.
Too. That's John Kupperman right there, owner of Smith Restaurant Supply, up there on Erie Boulevard East, across from Texas Roadhouse. And we really appreciate you being there, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Coming up next, it's Grant Fletcher. He is is he like the sales manager for the whole operation now?
Yeah, he's
Syracuse
he's
operation.
the marketing manager, Tom.
Is he the marketing manager?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe they're the same. We'll ask him.
Yes.
He's very important.
Yes.
And he's good with feet.
All right. He'll run in here later, and we'll talk to him next on the local show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We are back. Happy summertime. Hope you are gathering with family and friends and getting ready for a interesting 4th of July celebration. It's kind of weird that it's on a Tuesday. Who put the 4th of July on a Tuesday? Who did that?
I know. They weren't thinking ahead, Tom. I mean, I was in Boston last weekend.
Yes, I sent you a little video clip of the Standells singing "I Love That Dirty Water."
Yes, that was what
I had no response from you.
I was enjoying myself, and you interrupted it. But no, it was.
I was thinking about.
I think the founders of our country had an amazing amount of courage. So think about it.
Right
here, Inga, we're going to sign this thing that says we're traitors to you. There, boom. It took a lot of guts.
Right.
You would have never done that.
No.
Okay.
No. Is there still tea in the water?
They have a boat there. They have the Boston Tea Party Museum.
Okay.
And it was right across from where we were staying. So they have these barrels they throw in these people in costumes.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, but they're on a string. So it kind of, they reel them back in. It just kind of
takes away from
I don't know. It's like, they do it 10 times. They're like, hey, throw it in, pull it back out. Next people coming in. Yeah. And then they threw it in. But the thing I heard that was very sad to me was actually when they did that, a lot of fish died.
Oh, yeah.
It was on one of the tours. There was so much tea in the water, it killed the fish.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That troubled me deeply.
Well, they probably could take them out and cook them up.
Yeah, there you go.
At that point, because there was hardly any mercury in the water back then.
No, that was fine then.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about Gettys Federal Savings and Loan. A lot of people are liking their rates on their CDs.
Yeah, they are still rocking. They're here. They're local. And people are investing money over there and getting a good rate of return, guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And not like the stock market; it's guaranteed.
Sure,
and it's decent. So people are doing that, and you know what? People are still getting houses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's less inventory, and things are a little weird. But why not lock down a great mortgage rate with Gettys Federal right here in town? Gettys Federal Savings and Loan.com, Tom.
All right. Thank you, Steve. And Grant Fletcher's here with us again. He's what is your official title again?
Marketing manager.
You are the marketing manager.
Shot.
Okay. Marketing manager of Fleet Feet. Oh, goodness. What was that?
I don't know. I get that fixed.
I seized up there for a second. Anyway, fleetfeet.com. Fleetfeet.com. Could be smoky air, right?
Maybe.
What do you tell runners to do when they, got all this smoke in the air?
Stay inside. Just like everybody else. Go to a gym.
Oh, right. Yeah, you could walk around tracks.
Treadmills they don't do the exact thing that you get when you're outside, but keep those lungs healthy so that you can race and have a good time the next time.
Do you get many people that come in and say, hey, I'm a Peloton user and I need a sneaker that'll work good on a treadmill like that?
They aren't that up front. We start with a conversation as they come in and ask what exactly are you going to be doing in the shoes.
Right.
And we'll say, going to a gym, and they say yes, and well, are you doing classes? What exactly are you doing there? So it's sort of like pulling teeth to get the information.
Right.
But once they give us the information, we use that to figure out what shoes would be best for them.
So it's like when you go to the doctor, they say, so why are you here today? Oh, my foot hurts. And then they come in and later they go, why are you here? Well, my foot hurts. And then someone else comes in and like, why are you here? Well, my foot hurts. I ran over with the car. Oh, well, you left that part out the first 2 times. Right. So they ask you, so really it's diagnosing the challenge because people aren't like probably all that forth, or maybe just don't think it matters, right?
Exactly. And Tom, in your intro, you mentioned that it's summertime. Mm-hmm. When people hear summertime, they think of sunscreen and SPF. We use SPF at Fleet Feet as well, again, to determine what shoes are best for you. So S is shape. The shape of your foot has to match up with the shape of the shoe. Mm-hmm. P is purpose. That's exactly what we're talking about now. What are you going to be doing in them? And then the last F is flexibility. If a podiatrist sends us one of his patients as a medical referral, he might want a shoe that has a lot of motion control. And the flexibility in that shoe is going to be much different than somebody that wants a racing shoe.
Do shoes that a doctor recommends have to be ugly? Is that part of the rule?
We try not now. We're trying to embrace.
It's like, oh, those are orthopedic. Look at those things, and they look awful.
We're trying to embrace fashion and functionality as much as we can.
But
now.
you had mentioned a few weeks back that maybe 50% of the folks that you do business with are people our age. They're not kids that necessarily run, but older adults looking to have a good fit.
Exactly. We tell people that as a run specialty store, 55% of our customers aren't runners. They're people coming in that are medical referrals. They have aches, pains, injuries themselves as a weekend warrior, and they're looking for our expertise and our fit process to get them the shoes and the insoles that they need.
Tom, we should throw out some different names like slow feet, or ouchy feet, or not so young feet. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. So that's the big difference with Fleet Feet and some of the other stores that are in the mall and things like that sell sneakers.
Exactly.
Is that you ask questions.
We ask questions. The people that work there aren't salespeople. We're outfitters.
Okay.
We want you to come in and be outfit in the best shoes possible for what you're doing.
Do you have cross trainers as well? So for people who, kind of want to do that HIIT system in the gym?
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about in that purpose and talking, what are you doing at the gym? Mm-hmm. That high intensity interval training class is a much different shoe than somebody that's coming in and just lifting weights.
Right. That's
great. So you're up across from Great Nothing Mall in Clay.
They're working on it.
And on Bridge Street, across from Henry Wilson Jewelers, mattress makers. Is it a different audience? Do you get the same kind of folks at the locations, or is it kind of the same crowd?
It's gotten to the point where it's very similar now.
Is it?
When Clay first opened in 2014, it was a little bit different. But because of our partnerships with medical providers, there's quite a few up there in that Clay area that are sending us their patients, and it's very similar now.
But do you carry a specific sneaker that is called an orthopedic sneaker?
We do not.
Okay.
Again, we're a run specialty store, but they're designed for motion is what we tell people. Mm-hmm. Walking, running, cycling, whatever you're going to be doing in them, we want you in. We want them comfortable. We want them to look good on your feet.
Yeah. How do you compete against some of the brand names? You have brand names, obviously.
Online brand names, or
yeah, like the ones that like a star, like a Jordan. He endorses that.
A lot of it, again, is that personal attention. I took a call yesterday from somebody that said, "Well, I went to this website and I got the shoe and it's not comfortable, and it says that I can return it to your store." Oh. And I had never heard of the website.
It was nice of them to share that.
And as I talked to him more, you were joking about different names for our company. There's one out there that I forget the exact spelling, but it's Spleet Feet or something. Yeah. And again, once he told me the website that he went to, I said, no, we're Fleet Feet, not this other one. And even if somebody goes to the Hoka website, buys a shoe, we're what's classified as a Hoka hub. So if they get the shoe and don't like it, they can bring it to us to start the return policy.
But I found out there that my arch was a different size than my foot. Yeah, when you put me on your laser foot thing, 6250 with cheese, whatever that thing was, and I didn't, and it was so much more comfortable because the arch didn't line up with the size. And so now I actually, there's a shoe that I get and tend to repeat on. But who knew? I didn't know that.
So if you want an experience for your feet and the proper experience, go to Fleet Feet and talk to Grant and the gang.
Exactly.
Great.
We're there, DeWitt and Clay, 10 to 7 Monday through Friday. Hours on the weekends. Yeah. July 4th, come out and see us. We're open 10 to 5. We've got some great sales going on. So
awesome.
If they can fit Steve, they can fit you.
That's true.
All right. Sev Ganella is coming up next, Director of Operations at Clean All in Syracuse. Stick around for that gripping conversation right here on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it and back at it again. Big holiday weekend, sort of. I guess, hey, Steve, I think it was wonderful that you gave us all the day off here at Zoey, and you're going to actually pay. That's very nice.
So let's just be clear. Lori.
Lori did it.
She looked at me, she says, it's the 4th and she when she starts with, I know, I need to know. And she's deliberate and kind.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation. I said, okay, it's the day. Let's do it. So so we're doing it. So
very nice.
Yeah, I'll probably work.
Oh, you hardly work. What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You mean you'll pick up the phone and have long conversations with people?
That's what I do. That's my life. But no. So we'll extend it out and
well, there's really no easy way for people to do it. I mean, because say you overeat, overindulge, and have a little fun on the 4th of July, right?
Yeah.
Then you got to go back to work on Wednesday.
Well, right.
So
it's
either way, you're hosed.
Right. And you're, in July, you're off most of July, going to here in a few weeks, going to Florida.
Well, supposedly. Yeah. I don't know if I will.
Yeah, is she changing her mind?
No, me. I have
fine.
Travel anxiety.
Yeah, but you'll be fine. No, seriously, you will do great.
Golly,
just
too much. I wish I could be like you, free spirit. You ran off to Boston, no problems, no worry about bridges or anything.
I wasn't worried about that at all. Not even.
I know. Not even a little.
A little. The driving makes me. I'm not a big city, real aggressive driving. I'm not an aggressive driver at all. And there's an edge.
Right, and you have to kind of almost be aggressive.
Correct.
To get along.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, anyway.
When you're Italian. Go ahead.
Sure. It's our pleasure to bring back onto the show Sev Ganella. He's the Director of Operations at Clean All in Syracuse. Good to see you, Sev.
Nice to see you guys. Thanks for welcoming me.
Does inner-city driving stress you out?
I actually love driving in New York City.
Oh, you go.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Ask me sometime to tell you the story about how I played side view mirror tag with a taxi cab.
Oh, wow. Oh, you got into it, huh?
Absolutely.
Scraping paint and everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
You see, then your Italian roots come out. You go, hey, what are you doing? Hey, get out of here. Go back to Jersey.
It was that guy, yeah.
Fun stuff. All right. Well, tell us what your background is here. What do you do here in Syracuse and with Clean All?
In Syracuse, I'm all about swimming pools. Mm-hmm. Everything about them. I eat and breathe them. I've been doing it all of my life. Residentially and commercially, my company does everything there is to do with pools, except we do not build them.
Okay.
We rebuild. Go ahead.
All right. Do you build pools?
No, we don't. Everything but. So when somebody says, "Hey, do you?" Yes, we do. Filtration systems, commercially, residentially, big systems. Country clubs, colleges. Retile, replaster, put new liners in, put covers in, rebuild walls.
Ever tempted to build a pool? Like, you think, is there is there any temptation there to build a pool, or is it just a totally different animal?
I did build one. I built my sister's pool.
Okay,
and it was fun. Did it well. But it's let those professionals battle out. The 3 or 4 professionals in Syracuse that build pools.
Sure.
Let them battle in that world. I pick up the pieces after.
Yeah. Well, I do think the question on everyone's mind, Sev, that maybe you can answer is, why doesn't Tom have a pool? Why don't I have a pool?
Well, you and I could talk about why you could get a pool. We could take care of that. I don't think
he has everything else.
All right.
You need a hot tub, Tom. You need a pool.
Yeah. Maybe we could do a hot tub.
Tom's neighbors have a pool. So
that's
everybody
the best
around
thing.
me.
Perfect. No, you don't want a pool.
But nobody likes me. Nobody knows what I do. I keep everything on the down low.
Yeah. See,
what's that guy do? He's just home a lot now.
Yeah. And boy, are they doing a lot of work on the house.
Do you use your neighbor's pools at times?
No, we really don't. Yeah.
Because you don't want to?
Well, we don't want to impose. You don't want to be that fair-weathered pool friend.
Why not?
Well, if you decide you want to someday, come to me and I'll get you a discount card to give to your neighbor. Say, here,
Now,
that'll
that'd be a
care of
way.
you.
Yeah, that'd be
Here, we're going to
entree.
pay to open your pool.
Very
Here's
nice.
a little thing, and then you don't have to worry about it.
I
You gotta
like
take
where his
advantage.
You
head's
can
at.
buy their love. How genuine is that?
That's wonderful. So it brings up a point about hot tubs. Hot tubs are pretty popular around this area, aren't they?
Yep.
Because we have the cold weather.
Yeah, I use mine's on right now. I use mine in the wintertime 3 or 4 nights a week. In the summertime, I lower the temperature down and I do go in. It's therapy for me. It's not muscle therapy. It's at night, I'll go to sleep, and if I have some trouble sleeping because I got things on my mind, get up, walk downstairs, 1 o'clock in the morning, sit in the hot for 20 minutes, and I'm sort of like a zombie getting back to bed.
Right.
The problem sometimes is in the middle of the night, I wake up and go, oh my God, my bed is wet. What happened?
Oh, you
And I
forget to dry off.
Yeah, I was in a hot tub. It wasn't something else.
Tom's bed is wet for another reason.
Yes.
This is a family show, isn't it?
At this age, you never know. You got issues. So, but once again, you don't sell hot tubs. You just service them.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right. So what's breaking in the summer? So people are using their pool. What are they doing wrong? Like if you said, here's 3 things you should do or not do to maintain your pool, what would fall into those spaces?
Just stay up on the chemistry. I went to a pool this morning, a personal friend whose pool was green, and a couple things I found out. Somehow the jets were turned in a way that were pointing away from the stairs, so the stairs weren't getting any circulation of chlorinated water. They turned green, and his little filter for his salt system was clogged, and he didn't know it, so it wasn't making chlorine. So 2 things solved in about 30 seconds.
Right.
In a way, just stay on, know your equipment, and stay proactive with your chemistry, and you'll have a successful pool
Do you
season.
teach people how to do that, though? Because someone might not know their jets are pointed in the wrong way or that how do they know that unless someone tells them?
I do this 10, 15 times a day, and my techs are all really good at looking at those things and helping the customer. I want happy customers. I don't want to make money off the stupid thing that they forgot to clean a filter. I want them to know that, because when they enjoy their pool,
Yeah.
You're connected. Sure.
Does the smoke issue that we've had with the Canadians, all that affect pool quality at all?
Not at all.
Not at all. It didn't have anything. Okay. I'm done.
You're done. I just want to swim. I remember the as a kid, is there anything more fun than hanging out in a pool?
Oh yeah, pools are great.
And does every kid eventually slip and fall by the side and get a bloody foot?
Well, they could. Yeah.
Did you?
Unless of
you
course
never
they
wiped out by a pool as a kid?
No. I
talk about the positive things like playing Marco Polo or diving off the diving board and say, that was an 8. And you do a cannonball, that was a 10.2. Not bloody feet. Where are you going here?
Come on. No one said, stop running, you're going to fall, and then you foul, and then they rub salt in it.
No, but you're very uncoordinated and tall.
It is true.
Awkward.
Yeah, we had a little pool, one of those that you bought at Kmart, and probably was purchased at Kmart. And our swim deck was the picnic table.
Very nice.
I can show you a picture. So we would take the picnic table, put it up next to the pool, right, jump off it, and invariably it would fall over when you jumped off of it.
The Roberts family, the Redneck Yacht Club.
Oh,
right
we
there.
were, you know what? We didn't have a lot of money, but we had a lot of fun, and we had a lot of love, and I wouldn't change a thing.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
When we look back. But no, chlorine liquid tablets. Can you get tablets?
That's where I was going.
Yep,
Very good,
yep.
Steve.
Tablets are available now. Liquid is priced, hasn't come back down yet, but tablets have. Everything's available.
Benefit of tablets over?
Convenience. So all of these things make chlorine. Chlorine is a general term. Like liquid chlorine is sodium hypochlorite. Tablets, the 3-inch tablets are trichlor. There's dichlor, trichlor, sodium chloride, all different chlorines. You want to keep a residual of chlorine in regardless of what you do.
Right.
That's the key. Pick which one you like. Do you like pouring liquid in your pool every day and getting on your clothes and staining it? It used to be the cheapest way to do it.
Right.
But
So the big thing is get over to Clean All, right? And they have the knowledge.
I was going right at
Not a bunch of kids.
Now at Erie and Gaddis.
Yep.
Right. There's the gas station right by the gas station there. They have everything right there. 472-9189.
Correct.
If someone has a question, area code 315, Tom.
Yeah, the big one.
Big one,
yes.
yeah. 472-9189. Clean All, CNY. Is that Central New York? CleanAllCNY.com. Thank you, Seth.
Yeah, we've only been there 45 years.
That's all?
That's just 45.
They're
45 years.
Just getting going. All right. Thank you, Seb. Have a
Hey,
great rest of
thank
the
you
day.
guys. You too.
All right. Lucretia Hudzinski coming up next, director of the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce, right here on the local show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
All right, we're back, and thank you for being back here too, because if we're here, then you are too.
You have to say that, don't you? Every week, you have to say that.
It's The Local Show with Tom and Steve, just two guys who had nothing better to do over the weekends, and
there we go. You know, we've got to be here, because if we're here, they're here too.
That's right, exactly. Well, we champion local business, and it's been a wonderful ride. We made it through the pandemic, helping people go to small businesses and kind of bring awareness to the small business people out there who, you know, there's more stores than just the big box stores.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And like you said, we're a champion of local business, small business, and not the faraway places as much, but stick it around here. Keep it home. Keep it here.
Absolutely. And another person who does that and does it well is Lucretia Hudzinski. She is the director of the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. How are you, young lady?
I am great. And what a great segue into what we're doing, because we're all about the small business, the medium-sized business, the people that are not on the charts of being those big boxes, because many of them are so unique.
Lucretia is an interesting name. Is there a particular ethnicity to your name?
Well, here's the thing. So my mother's older sister thought that this would be a great name. She read about this article about this saint and martyr, Lucretia.
Oh, really?
So that's how I got the name. But it's actually Latin, but I'm Polish.
Okay, gotcha.
That clears it up.
So my quick Lucretia story. Back when Greg and I had the DJ company full time, right? We went and played I think it was an after party, right? It was one of the after work.
Just pretend you know what he's talking about, Lucretia. Go ahead.
So, and it was really good. It was actually over by Onondaga Lake Parkway. It was fun. So everybody's having a great time, and I'm like, you know, Lucretia's always bubbly and interpersonal, but she's like kind of not. She was busy. You know, she must have been busy. So I said to my partner, Greg, and I said, you know, hey, that Lucinda is not talking to me much tonight. And he goes, well, maybe it's because on the microphone you said Lucinda about 5 times. So I said, I don't know if that's the reason or what.
I can hear Greg saying that.
I did call her Lucinda, though.
I've been called that a couple of times.
Yeah, there you go. So tell us, how long have you been? I thought you retired. Did you
well, back in 2006, I made a 5-year commitment to the board to remain at the chamber. So add that from 2006 to the present day. I love my job. This is the best job I've ever had.
Yeah.
It is so amazing.
Well, you do it very well. You know, you're a great ambassador for all of that. So why do you let people like Steve in? I mean, how long has Steve been involved with it?
It's the dog. It's not Steve, it's the dog.
Yeah.
We let Zoey in. We didn't let Steve in.
There you go.
It's true. So
not only that, but he catches great fish at our golf outings.
Well, that's what golf outings are for.
Fishing. Yeah.
So what's new, wild, and exciting at the Liverpool Chamber these days, Lucretia?
Well, we have a great lineup for the summer. I'm going to tell you that I'm just excited about the summer. So we're actually this month of July, which is right around the corner, we're going to be promoting the parks in our towns of Clay and Salina. We have 13 wonderful parks that people don't know about. So we started off yesterday, actually, piggybacking with the Liverpool Library, going out to the parks where there's pools and talking to people, and it was great. So we want people to know that there are wonderful parks in our area, and whether you're a resident or not, we want you to be out there. So we're promoting that. We're also still have our Business of the Month, which is amazing. We have such wonderful businesses, so we want people to, vote for them and get to know more about them. And then we're also having our wonderful golf outing, which is always a lot of fun, right?
It is a lot of fun.
If you're a serious golfer, please,
it's the wrong place.
Yeah, right.
It is. Just to be
Steve's
clear.
not a serious golfer.
We have people that don't even finish golfing because they've had too much fun.
Yes.
But you get lunch, breakfast. You get lunch by Chick-fil-A, lunch at PB&J, and then you have a great meal when you get back.
And people can sign up for that on the website.
Yes, and actually this year you have a chance to win $300. So there's
very nice.
a putting contest, which is $100 for the winner, a marshmallow putting contest. See how much fun we have? And that's $100. And this year we've added a cornhole contest.
Oh, Steve's pretty good at cornhole.
Okay.
I happen to know that.
No, that's that. I used to throw horseshoes with Dad.
Yes.
And they're kind of the same.
Yes, they are.
They're kind of the same. So
Well-
when's the tournament?
It's July 14th.
Okay,
And
so-
it's at Hickory Hill Golf Course.
Hickory Hill. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. Plus, we're also doing another thing. We're going to be at the Yacht Club as an after hours. And don't ask me the date. It's
The
right after
Onondaga Yacht Club.
Onondaga Lake
Hey,
Yacht.
that's where we did the DJing. That was it.
That's where you were when you called her Lucinda?
When I called her
Yeah.
Lucinda, yes.
So a lot of people don't know about this yacht club. It's very affordable for a family to go there. You don't need a boat. They will teach you how to do the boats in terms of sailing and all. And so just think about it. If you join the yacht club for the year, you get to use their boats, you get to use their facilities. And so we want people to know more about that. Yeah. So we're having a best in pot.
A what?
Best in pot.
Oh, pot?
Pot, P-O-T.
Okay, yeah, P-O-T, okay.
So not the pot.
Well, I thought it was pot because, that's such a big thing now.
So anyway, we did this last year and we had so much fun with it. So we asked people that this is optional. You don't have to do it. But if you want to participate and get a $50 restaurant gift card for the winner, you make a dessert, appetizer, or a main meal out of a pot or an Instapot or a crock pot. And you bring it and people get to taste your item and then vote on it.
Yeah,
Steve, you love to do the crock pot.
No, I like
got some dish, huh?
I'm the Instapot guy.
Yeah, Instapot guy. Yeah,
Oh, I
sure.
love Instapot.
Right? Just throw everything in and come back and, hey, look what I made, which I really didn't. It kind of made
They
it.
call that the one pot method.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, listen.
There we go. So there's also concerts this summer, right?
Yes. So every Monday and Wednesday in Johnson Park, which is in the village of Liverpool, we have a free concert at 7 o'clock. Wonderful lineup. Actually, tonight, no, not tonight. That we're actually having some great bands.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had Mood Swing, Leticia. So if you want to hear some great bands, local bands.
Yeah. And you can bring a chair. We've done it.
Yes.
Or a blanket.
Yep.
And it's just so chill.
Yeah, you can bring
down.
your dinner. Like, go to one of the local restaurants, get your dinner, bring it, and sit and watch the concert.
And you guys sell popcorn and soda
popcorn,
and
soda,
snacks.
and we added ice cream this year.
Okay, but
That's
right there,
very
and
nice.
sometimes I'll forget, and I'll be going through the village. I'm like, oh, there's a concert tonight, but it fills in nice. It's just such a nice community event.
We even do it in the rain.
Yeah, I know. And I know that's true. And the local businesses that support it are the local businesses
Yes.
involved
That
in
are
the
around,
chamber.
yeah.
So they're the volunteers, and you're supporting
Yep.
local business and really getting to know people in business, right?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a great networking, actually. We have a couple of chamber nights where we've asked a lot of our chamber members to be there. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to learn the businesses, get to know each other, great networking. It's just a wonderful night.
And if someone has a business or a small business and wants to be part of it, do they have to be in Liverpool?
No, actually, we're the Greater Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. However, we have members out of Ohio.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that is something.
It's a solar, a lot of people say, well, why do people come from outside the area? They come because they're experimenting to see if this is the climate they want to be in.
Got it.
So they send a salesperson out, they go out and they meet with people and they see. And we've had good success with that. Advanced Business Systems, just to name one, was a success story. They came in, put a salesperson, they're out of Watertown.
Sure.
And now they have a storefront in Cicero.
But so if they're out in Clay or they're in Manlius or whatever, a lot of businesses there. But it's a great opportunity to network and
Yes.
the cost. I know the membership is very nominal. But so LiverpoolChamber.com.
Yes.
They can get the information. So if you want to see the events, the concerts,
They can even sign up for membership there,
They
too.
can even sign up for membership there. LiverpoolChamber.com. Tom.
Lucretia Hudzinski right there, director of the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. You have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thanks, Lucinda.
We're going to have conversations with Brian Dumont, president of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. Jim Deakins is coming up from Crossroads Auction. George Powers, owner of Powers Accounting. Johanna Bassard, the agriculture teacher and part owner of Barbland and White Eagle Dairy, all in hour number 2 of the local show. You stick around right here on 570 WSYR.
It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. This is hour number 2 of The Local Show. Get ready for some engaging interviews with Brian Dumond. He is the president of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. Jim Deacon stops by, the owner of Crossroads Auction, and we'll talk with George Powers, owner of Powers Accounting. Johanna Bassard is the agriculture teacher and part owner of Barbland and White Eagle Dairy. So we'll have a conversation with her as it relates to Onondaga Grown. Here's somebody who grew up in Onondaga. It's Brian Dumond, president of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning, guys.
How's things been so far, summer-wise?
Summer-wise, things have been very good, very interesting. Yeah. But, we're having a good time, and was up at Schroon Lake this past weekend. My sisters got a camp up there, and just a beautiful, beautiful area.
I've seen the signs for Schroon Lake, but I've never been there.
I caught a fish there. I caught a fish there once.
You did?
When I was a teenager, there was a boat launch there, and there were the docks. And I remember seeing it was probably a pickerel under the docks, and I lured him out and I caught him, and that's my Schroon Lake memory. That's all I got.
Is Schroon Lake near Tupper? Is that Tupper Lake? Or?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
It's funny because my wife is not a camper at all. I mean, her idea of camping is the Hampton Inn. And so we stayed at the Hampton Inn in Lake George and then drove up to Schroon Lake each day.
That's more Lake George.
Right. Yeah. So that's
I gotcha.
my family.
No, that's beautiful. So YouTube viewers would see that Brian is sporting a very spring-summer tie here today.
Oh, yeah, that's very nice. Yes.
It's reflective of your heart, isn't it, Brian?
It's a reflective that I can spill on it, and it's hard to see if there's any stains. So that's typical of why I wear the Jerry Garcias.
So, Geddes Federal Savings and Loan, you've adapted to the financial landscape over the past 3 years. How? And what have you done maybe a little different over the past 3 years to get you where you are right now?
Great question. We have a big online presence now.
Okay.
So you can go online, open an account, transfer money, do whatever you need to do. It's a wonderful thing. We've got the Geddes Federal app if you'd rather do mobile. Some folks like to use their computer. Some folks like to use their phone. And I know this is hard to believe, but some folks actually like to come in and say hello. And but the good news is that we have adapted, and we are there for you however you'd like to reach out to your financial institution.
Excellent. Tell me how a home equity loan and a home equity line works. Maybe the difference between the two and how people can get going on some projects or vacation or something like that.
Okay, a home equity loan is typically, I'm ready to go. I have contractor in place. I have my project. I know how much I need, and I'm going to do it. So let's say I have a $30,000 project, and so I know you have a definitive amount, and you're ready to go. So that's when you would use it.
Does it have to be for the house?
It doesn't have to be for the house. It could be tap into the equity in your house for anything that you want. Maybe it's a vacation, whatever. Right. But a home equity loan is more of a identified amount. A home equity line of credit is I want to have these dollars available should I need them. And so there's a big difference there, okay? And so my world, I like the home equity lines of credit a little bit better. Okay. The rates on the home equity lines of credit are a little bit higher than the home equity loans, just because of the variable nature of it. So,
right.
But our home equity loans, you do not have to borrow. You can get approved for them, have them, set them aside, and then draw on them when you need them.
So it's like a line of credit. I mean, our Zoey, we have a line of credit.
Yeah.
And we don't have to use it, but it's there if we need it. Similar.
And you're using your home's equity as collateral. So the bank can offer a lower rate because they feel pretty good that they're gonna, that the loan's gonna get paid, and it works pretty well for the customer because they get a decent rate and can get some monies that they need, whether it's vacation or college, or you want to spruce up the house or put landscaping in, or whatever you'd like to do.
Right. What's the latest with mortgages, like regular mortgages and home sales? You hear different things. Houses sell immediately. No, they're going up. They're coming down. What is going on?
Yes.
Okay, right? That's what I hear.
So
great answer.
It's true. It's variable. Most places, housing is still tough to come by, and when it's tough to come by, right? It's the buyers are paying a little bit more. There's been a couple of areas where it's come down a little bit. And but I would think that with Micron coming to Syracuse and all that, I think that we are going to see higher prices for a while. But that's my guess.
Right, and a lot more inventory as new things are being built, and some people may not enjoy the big boom that's ready to come. I will, but I know that some people are like, hey, you know what? I want to go someplace nice and quiet. Well,
I'm concerned about the traffic. I'm up in Clay. I'm like, is it going to get nuts? And I like development and I like economic growth, but I also like not having to wait 3 turns at a street light.
Right.
Yeah. So
up by Great Nothing Mall up that way, it's getting
Isn't that awful? Great Northern Mall was the mall.
That's what I keep saying.
And you see that, and it just breaks your heart.
Well, they're ready to start development. I mean, the Hart. So we got to have them back on again.
We do.
Guy Hart.
Right.
And talk about it. I know that they were going to dive right in.
Yeah. No, it's a great piece of property. It's just kind of sits there, and it is because it attaches to memories. In good times and holidays especially, you know. But CDs and stuff like that, people are still doing that thing. I imagine
bet.
People are excited about CDs. They're getting good rates. They're it's a couple of years ago they were getting 1.5%, 1%, that kind of thing. They're getting our latest one is 5%. So I mean, this is really an exciting time for somebody who's saving money.
Right.
And the opportunities are there. The big thing, and this is what we try to tell our customers, the big thing is to read the fine print. And most folks don't even do that anymore. I mean, you go to the grocery store, it's, buy one, get one free, but if you must have the quantity that, or you pay a higher price. Well, the fine print is really important when you're getting a CD because they may show a really, really good rate, but you may have to have a checking account. You may have to have a savings account. You may have to have a mortgage. Getis Federal, doesn't happen that way. The fine print is very, very, very fine because it's only a couple of lines. All right, it's you get the rate. Come on in. Here's the term. You get the rate.
And I just like the fact you have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
And
local people.
And it just seems like every bank has changed their names 50 times in the last 10 years. Like this one bought this one, acquired this one, changed the name. Am I wrong, or has that happened like constantly?
It happens a lot. But here's the thing. Let's say you don't want to have a conversation with me. I can't imagine why. But let's say
he jumped in. You beat me to it.
But you want to get a CD with Getis Federal. You want to take advantage of the great rates. You can go online and get the CD. So you don't have to do it.
Either way.
Yeah, you can go however you want to do it.
So you're leveraging technology as well.
Exactly.
But you still have the people there.
We do, and we'd love to see everybody, but sometimes people say, hey, I don't know if I want to go to the bank. Well, you don't have to,
Yeah, that's a good answer. So it's a win-win.
It is. Our customers win in the long run.
So whether it's savings or checking or the home equity loans
or the mortgage or
mortgages, it's all a Getis Federal.
GetisFederal.com, Tom.
There you go.
Thank you, rhymes.
Thank you, Brian. You have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Jim Deakins. He's the owner of Crossroads Auction, and we'll listen to all he has to offer with his auction services right here on the local show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back to The Local Show. It's your last bastion of great talk radio with Tom and Steve.
Killing me, Tom. The last bit. You just say that to get under my skin, don't you?
I like to see your reaction to that.
The last. There's nowhere else people can hear. There's choices, Tom.
Yes, there are choices.
But we appreciate people listening.
We do, of course.
And reaching out. And we've had more businesses reach out recently saying, hey.
Than ever before.
What's that Local Show thing? So if you have a business and you want to have a conversation, drop us an email. You can drop me an email, steve@zoeadvertising.com. You can CC Tom, but he'll never see it or reply.
Yes.
So I would go straight to me if you want, and let's have a chat, because you said it in the last set. We kind of exist to help small businesses grow.
Yes, we do.
And this is one of those tools that works.
Absolutely, and we do enjoy our listening audience, and it's fun to get out there and. Kind of reminds me of the old days when people say, geez, I listened to you, and they know our life stories. Correct. You know, it's like, right. Remember when you said that to Steve? And I go, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You were being critical of them. Like, that could have been any show.
They remember our interactions and stuff, which is fun. All right. Look, right now we're going to interact with Jim Deakins. He's the owner of Crossroads Auction. How are you there, Jim?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Tom.
Yes.
He's been too busy to fish.
Oh, I know.
We were just talking before the set. So he's been too, but that hurts me.
That hurts me, too. That hurts me, too.
But he did disclose some secret fishing locations to me a few months ago, and I have been producing fish in those places.
Very nice.
Good. There you go. Well, I'm glad it worked out.
It's really good. All right. So you've got, you're an auction house. Explain to people how long you've been in the business and when it started and what you do now.
So I've been in the business, since I was a kid, 15, 16 years old, I guess I started paying attention. My dad had an auction company. Mm-hmm. So 15, 16 years old, I started paying attention, been doing it all since then. I've had my location for pushing 24 years now. Can't believe that, but 24 years we've been located right in Brewerton, Central Square.
It's Brewerton.
Depends where you are. And
you near the Brewerton
right on Route
Boatyard?
37.
No, he's over by the marina, 43 North.
43 North.
You go past 43 North, you're up there, a quarter, right there.
So it depends on which side you're on. Some people consider Brewerton, Central Square. I always considered it Brewerton, right? Yeah. All the way up till about the high school, I guess, is considered Brewerton.
You don't want to be considered Central Square.
Careful, we have listeners there, Tom.
Depends how close you get to 49. Right?
It's all Oswego County, the way I look at it.
So we've been there for about 24 years. Been growing every year, gets bigger and bigger, better and better. And so we've had some great experiences out of that building and been able to have had the opportunity to help a lot of people, get rid of the stuff we own.
Absolutely. So what makes you a little different than other auction houses?
I think the biggest thing is, and I say this softly, but we care a lot. We care a lot. I assume anybody in business does. I just assume that. But I can tell you, I can only speak for my company and my crew that I have. We care about people. We care about things. And, we make a living having you succeed. If you have an estate and you need to get it sold, we provide a living for our family by having your stuff bring as much as it possibly can. Gotcha. And we care. We care about people. We care about merchandise. We understand people. We understand their relationship, I guess you could say, with the merchandise that they have at their home, their stuff that they have accumulated throughout their lives. So I would say the thing that makes me most proud of my company is that my guys truly, truly care. They care about the product. They care about the people.
And you've got an auction coming up.
We do, right on July 4th.
Okay, so let's see. This next Monday is the 3rd.
The 3rd.
So everybody's off on the 4th.
Right.
And what do you got? Anything
somehow
Tom wants?
We became a holiday auction service. I don't know how that even happened, but we seem to have big sales on Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, New Year's Day. I don't even know how that happened. My wife always rolls her eyes at me.
She does that anyway,
So
just to be
how
clear.
did we get here? We don't know. But yeah, so right on the 4th of July, starts at 10 a.m. It'll be a sale that runs about from 10 to 2. We got food trucks there, ice cream trucks, all that stuff comes out.
Right.
2 auctioneers, and the lot is full of wonderful stuff. Hot rods, compact tractors, jet skis, campers, boats, all to be sold to the highest bidder.
Wow.
So it's great entertainment, great thing to do on the 4th of July. You come out there. We have a preview on July 3rd that starts at 3 o'clock and runs till about 8. Burton's doing their fireworks, so if you wanted to come out, preview the auction, check everything out, and then stay there and watch the fireworks from there, that'd be fantastic.
We've been taking the kids there since they were little babies.
To the fireworks?
The Bruton one, yeah. We get a coffee over at the Dunkin' Donuts.
So where you park?
Right.
Over by the where you park?
Where the Dunkin' Donuts is and the
over by Bartell Road. There, where the
McDonald's is right
right
there.
on the main street, right on Route 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you go right in the
Pharmacy.
parking lot. So the parking lot fills right up. It's great.
Right.
So, we've been doing that for a long time. But so what's the advantage of the preview?
So the preview is, I always say, to get your footing underneath you, right? So you, we have a GTO there, we have a Trans Am, we have Corvettes, compact tractors, we have all that.
Tom?
You want to get familiar with the item that you're buying. So you can go there, check it out. Guys will fire it all up for you, run it, put it in reverse, forward, do everything. We'll take a picture of you with it in it, and there you go. Dream about it tonight. And get your financings together. A lot of people are even coming out this week to take a look at it and go, oh, geez, do I got to tap into my 401k? Do I got to borrow some money from my brother-in-law? And you get a chance to do your homework. I like everybody to be able to do their homework. You know, we try to get the most money out of an item we can, but I want my buyer and my seller to both be happy.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that balancing act. Because
There's a balance. I'm a referee, right? I'm a referee between the buyer and the seller. That's why Crossroads Auction Service, where the buyers and sellers meet. There's a reason for that. You know, you're bringing me a product and someone else is coming in to purchase that product. I want you both to be happy. I want you to know 100% what you're buying, and I want the seller to get 100% of what it's worth.
You know, in the last 3 weeks, Mom had some stuff. My mom
She did. She came out.
Okay.
Great
she didn't
lady.
get rid of the
Great
spoons,
lady.
did she?
No, there's some things, and what she liked was you mentioned honest. You said, you know what, these things don't bring a lot of money at auction. Yeah, there's a lot of there were certain things. There's a lot of them out there, and kind of nobody wants them, which was genuine. And then there's, but these other things will likely bring some money, and that's exactly what you did. And small stuff, but you know, some of them have more sentimental value than actual value, and you probably deal with that all the time, right?
All the time. I tell people when I go into their homes, I said, we've got to know one thing. I'm the guy who brings reality. Right? We're all about our stuff, and we want all of our stuff to be worth a lot of money. But times change, things change, you know, desirability changes. So when I go into a home, they're always surprised at what they thought was worth a lot that isn't. And the same in the other way. What is worth a lot that they thought they were going to donate or throw in the trash.
Right. But you allowed her to take some pictures with her phone and text some pictures and say, hey, here's some things that, you know, I wouldn't bring these, but here's some things we know we can sell, and they'll have an audience for it. It made her feel safer and like she wasn't, you know, maybe giving something away that had great value, or, you know, whatever it was. But
well, that's my biggest fear of anybody when they have stuff is giving away something of great value, right? I mean, most of the time people overprice everything that they have because they're in love with it. They love it, right? And that's okay. But I always worry about the widow that, you know, didn't understand what her husband's tools really were.
Right.
So somebody comes in there and he's got a snap-on toolbox that's right loaded from you know, head to toe. She doesn't understand it. Some guy comes in there, talks her out of it. And that's always my greatest fear for anybody. You know, we work hard for everything we have. And it should be treated with respect from the day you buy it to the day it goes in someone else's
people can
hands.
have a genuine conversation with you, and maybe even like text pictures of things that they are considering.
That's what we prefer, yeah. Send us photos. We'll let you know if it's got a desirability on the market. You know, when we're looking for something that creates that feeding frenzy of bidding, right? That's what you want.
So the direct number, 676-9091.
That's our main office.
Main office, 676-9091. You can ask questions. CrossroadsAuction.net.
There you go.
Yes,
correct?
CrossroadsAuction.net. You can see all our photos of future and past auctions there. Learn a little bit more about the company.
Come and taste some food to the auction here coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll be a great time right on the 4th of July.
All right. George Powers is coming up. up next. He's the owner of Powers Accounting. Stick around for that conversation right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
The summertime edition of The Local Show. You found it. Take your boat and just moor up over there. You know what mooring means, right?
Yes. It's when you go to a movie and it lasts too long. It's mooring.
I thought it was
boring.
drinking
it's
beer.
Boring. Sorry. That's why I don't go to movies.
Moor up your boat and have a conversation with Tom and Steve here on The Local Show. We champion local business, folks, and that means you do too, because you're here, and if your ears are on here, you're thinking to yourself, geez, who are they going to talk to next?
You know, it unfortunately, not the most exciting guest.
Oh, now that's not true.
Go ahead, tee up your best friend ever, your BFF on the radio Local Show. If Steve loses his voice, you've got a friend, co-host. Go ahead,
That's
introduce him. Go ahead. People are dying to know.
The local intelligentsia. Here he is, George Powers, owner of Powers Accounting. How are you there, George?
I'm doing super great and getting better.
See
Isn't that
how
a
he
song?
knows
Got
what
a
to
friend
say.
in me.
Yes, he's got a friend.
He wants my chair, Tom.
All right, George, tell us about Powers Accounting. How long you been in business?
Too many years. 28 years about. 28 years in another couple months. So yeah, it's been a ride.
So you've had a chance to even make mistakes and recover from them.
I say wisdom is the accumulation of your mistakes. And my son says I'm very wise.
Did you then tell him he was a mistake?
No, I didn't bother that.
Goodness.
Some things don't need to be said.
Okay.
That's one of those unsaid things.
You work with a lot of local businesses, and you're just more than taxes, right? You're kind of a consultant to local businesses.
Yes, we do a lot. Everything we do, we have some consulting aspect of it. We've been these days working a lot more in what we call the business framework, and we work with some newer businesses that have some money they may want to spend, or businesses in the second stage of life, or they just want to get to a different place in their business. And we work with a system, or we work with them developing their culture, their values, their missions, in a very, not in a pie in the sky, look what I'm going to put on my website, but a usable set of values and mission and culture. And then we take that, we work in what does that mean to them, and then what we do is we design a plan for their business to bring their business where they want it to be. What's their dream? What's their why factor? I mean, it's one of the things we go through. Why are you in business? Where do they want to bring their business? We look at where their business is now, the reality of where it is. Where does it want to be in 5 years from now? And then we scale it back to 2 years, because it's hard to work on a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
That's more of a, hey, where's my dream in 5 years? We bring it back to a 24-month framework, and we say over the next 24 months, where do you want to bring your business? And each month we have, what's your one thing you need to do this month? What's one factor, one conversation, one task to accomplish?
But that may have nothing to do with accounting.
No, it's not.
How about that, right?
Yeah.
To Tom's point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Business consulting.
That's you need to have the numbers to help you in the consulting side, but to guide your business. But the consulting part is and the reality of, and what our mission statement is, we are here to help business owners survive and succeed and meet their goals.
Mm.
There's nothing to be said about accounting in that.
Right.
Because accounting may very well be an aspect
part
of
of
it,
it, yeah.
but there's a whole lot of other things that we really work on. And I had a client not long ago that said, he said, George, you know why I like you guys? He said, what? He said, because you're growth minded. You don't just tell me what the things I cannot do. And sometimes you do.
Yeah, right.
But it's what we can do. Where do we want to go?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
think about where do we want to go? And that client is really kind of neat. He now has a business in 3 or 4 states. He started off as a repair shop in Fulton and refused to buy a cash register.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
first thing I made him do, and it took work, I'm telling you, this was not an easy conversation.
about that?
Buy a cash register.
Yes.
He's out of that business. He's doing other stuff. He works for some government agencies. He's got a business that's over 4 states.
Wow.
And so it's really grown a lot from that initial stage. And so we do try to work our clients in where do we want them to go.
Tell me about your payroll services.
Oh, that's another part that we do. One of the nice things about our payroll service is when you call, we answer.
Are you implying, George, that if I call one of these national payroll services that people know the initials of, that maybe nobody answers the phone, or
they either don't answer or you don't get the same person? So we have our folks right here. They answer the phone. If you have a question, we answer it. At the same time, we also try to do, in essence, some consultation on what we're doing there, because a client will say, "Here, I want you to do this," and it may be, that's not quite legal.
Right, but
you really probably shouldn't. But here's an idea.
But if something,
how would you do this?
If something is broken in payroll, like let's imagine we messed up and Tom's not going to get paid this week. That's a now thing.
That is a problem.
Right. That's a. Oh my gosh, we put the thing and it went. We switched the money into the wrong account, or we probably did something.
Guess what that happens?
Does it? Okay. All right. So there's a problem to be solved.
Yes.
Which probably can't be addressed through an email or a chat box or a nothing. And that's where your point about somebody answers the phone, you were smiling, but you really mean that.
Oh, really mean that. And we have had exact cases. People send in the payroll, and then all of a sudden they call on the payday and say, "I forgot to pay Tom." Well, you think Tom wants to wait 2 weeks for another check?
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah, right.
Okay, what do we need to do to solve it? And there's different ways we can go about solving that particular situation or something similar, but we're here to try to help solve that. Here's what it is. Drive out here, get a check. We have an office. It's in Liverpool. You want to pick up a check because something silly happened? Drive out. We'll get the check printed here.
Tom doesn't know this, but there was, before we were working with you, George, we were using another payroll company, and there was a mistake that added a zero to someone's paycheck.
Was it mine?
No.
Oh,
you would have known that.
Added a zero to someone's paycheck.
What's a zero between friends?
So
right?
now we go, well, wait a minute, and right, a big serious change. And it all got worked out, but things happen.
Yes.
and you can be responsive. You can be responsive.
When payroll Made Simple is our payroll company. When payroll is done right, it's seamless. You don't see it. When business owners hire a payroll company so employees don't complain about things like not getting their paycheck, things are not done right. If those things are not working, you're not doing your job as a payroll company. But it also has to be simple and helpful for the business owner because you're taking something off their plate. They can call, they can email, we can get hours in many different ways, pay in different ways. But you get it to us, we take it, we can email it, we can do direct deposit, we can do everything, any possible way you want to get paid, we can do that. But that also depends on the business. The idea is to take a burden off of their plate, make sure the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, all the taxes get paid at the proper time in the proper amounts, all the quarterlies get filed, and then all their employees, it's seamless to them. They get a check.
Right. You work with hundreds of businesses. How's business?
Great.
Are people happy?
As far as I know.
Right. Do you have customers that are thriving or struggling or maybe a mix?
Oh, it's a mix in the small business community because we deal in the small business world. We don't have clients that have 300 employees. That's not what we do.
Right.
Our average client is anywhere between 2 to 15, 20 employees, somewhere in that vicinity.
I heard a term this past week in a news story called Bidenomics. So is the Bidenomics working in your favor?
I have not heard that.
You haven't heard that
That's
term?
a new one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new businesses starting up.
Okay.
Syracuse has always been a haven for small business. That's nothing new. And I think what's happening, more and more people are starting more and more new businesses. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of new businesses starting up, a lot of remaking of businesses. So there's a lot of activity.
Is it a good idea to connect with you or someone like you when that happens, or should they wait until everything's in a big bag 2 years later when it's all messed up?
It's usually best to make a conversation in an early stage, yes, because it does help guide. We can help guide them, me or someone like us. That there's a lot of good folks out in our area that they can help guide folks on how to keep certainly on the accounting side, how to make sure that the accounting is done properly and people don't get themselves in trouble.
Should they start their marketing plan when they're beginning to fail or before that?
Marketing usually would be better before that. It's hard to pull someone out of a bucket in that case.
Business is awful. We need to market, but we don't have any money.
And we don't have a business to market for.
So call George Powers, 701-1120.
Yes, sir.
701-1120, gpowers.com, Tom.
All right. It's always a pleasure, George, and hope to have you back on for at least 3 or 4 months in a row. instead of Steve.
That's because George says I need to take more vacations.
That's right.
Johanna Bossard is coming up next. She's the agricultural teacher and a part owner in Barbland and White Eagle Dairy. We're going to have an interesting conversation with her. See what she's all about right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.
Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
You are welcome to be here. Thank you for joining us. We are Tom and Steve right here on 570 WSYR. We call this little ditty The Local Show. Steve, are you hanging in there? We're wrapping things up here.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, good.
I'm thinking I want to go to that auction up at Crossroads. Not that I need any of those things.
The wife won't let me buy anything, of course.
If you came home with a car.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do anything without her.
Right.
She's my purse strings. She handles all the money. She learned that years ago.
Hey, smart lady.
Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts, wonderful sponsors of ours.
Yeah.
And tell people what they do.
Oh, how about this? They have a workshop, so they can tell you what
actually experience
they can
it.
experience
Excellent.
it.
Good.
July 11th, so not this week, next week.
Yeah.
Okay, the 11th, right at the Hampton over in Liverpool. They have a workshop at 10, a workshop at 4. How to protect your home and life savings.
I think that's important.
I think it's important, and they'll answer your questions. They're not pushy. Learn from them, and they'll hook you up, and you can figure it out because everyone has a puzzle to put together.
Right.
But it's the How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings Workshop. You can register at Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. That makes sense, right?
Right.
.com. Or you can call 370-9977. What area code is that in, Tom?
That's in the big one.
The big one,
315.
370-9977. Go to the workshop, learn about that stuff. SafeHarborWillsandTrust.com, Tom.
There we go. New person to the show right now. It is our pleasure to welcome Johanna. Am I saying your name right when I say Bossard?
Bossard.
Bossard. Okay.
Buzzard?
All right.
Yes.
No, Bossard.
All of the above.
Right. That's Johanna right there. She's an agricultural teacher and part owner of Barbland and White Eagle Dairy. Give us your background. How'd you get involved with all this stuff?
Hi, thanks for having me here. This is exciting to be here with you guys. I'm excited to be here on behalf of our family dairy farm. Barbland and White Eagle Dairy is made up of 4 farm families together. So it's the Bossards, the Inks, the Carharts, and the Heismans.
How do you get Barbland out of that?
I know, isn't that funny?
I don't get it.
So the 4 of us farm families are farming together, and we're milking about 3,800 milking cows.
Whoa.
Right, 3 times a day.
Do you know them all by name?
I do know the Barbland name. So
No. Do you know each cow by name?
Oh, no.
No, you never name the cow. Never name the cow.
Our cows have numbers.
Okay.
So our cows have numbers. And each of our families are involved in this and have been farming together and we're on the 5th generation of farmers. So we have 2 girls ourselves, and our partners do as well. So we are raising the 5th generation of farmers that we hope.
And they want to be in farming?
We hope so. Like our girls are 7 and 9.
Yeah.
So we hope that we're creating a sustainable farm and someplace that they can come back to if they so choose to in the future, we hope.
Where are you originally from?
So originally, I'm from Camden, New York.
Interesting.
Graduated from Camden High School way back in 2000, and now we live in Fabius.
Gotcha.
So we are at the main dairy in Fabius.
You know how you can,
This is a joke. Hang on, he's got a joke. I feel a joke coming. Go ahead, Tom. You got your joke face.
You can tell she's from Camden if I say, what is the little town name that begins with a V that's near Camden?
Vernon?
No. But that is one. Verona, yeah. Okay, another one.
Victor? Vamden?
Well, some people say it's Vienna, but it's
Vienna.
Vienna. See, she knew.
Vienna.
So I know she's
yeah. That's right.
She's from around the area. I know that now. Okay, so anyway, go ahead, Steve. You're going to ask her a question.
You had me at 3,800.
Yeah.
So you milk 3,800 head.
Correct.
Okay. Is that like milk go to a specific purpose? Is it going to the general milk fund, or what happens to that milk?
That's a great question. So our milk, we produce about 38,000 gallons of milk every single day.
So with 3,800, so that's 10 gallons a head?
Yeah. So our cows.
I did math, Tom.
You did?
Yeah.
I tried to make it easy for
How
you.
many teats does that equal?
By 8.
So our cows produce about 10 gallons of milk every single day. And so we are part of a farmer cooperative, Cayuga Marketing. And most of our milk, 90% of our milk goes to Chobani. So if you are a Chobani yogurt fan.
Greek yogurt right here. I love it.
Right? Like hands up for Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
We're fans of the flips especially.
Oh, yeah.
That's our milk.
Oh my goodness,
wonderful.
That is amazing. So Onondaga grown milk.
Absolutely. So Onondaga grown, yes.
When they do the whole Onondaga grown rigmarole where people can go visit and everything like that, do you open up your place?
We did. For the last 2 years, we've been part of On Farm Fest.
On Farm Fest.
On Farm Fest, yes.
That's the word?
That is the word. So the last 2 years, we've opened up and had about 1,500 people visit.
Wow, 1,500.
Which is really exciting.
Can Tom milk a cow?
Sure he can.
The old-fashioned way?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, I've
Milk
grabbed a
pail,
few
stool,
teats
and
in my
arm.
day. I actually have a picture of me and now my good friend, and she just passed, Becky Palmer. I have a picture of us milking a cow when we were at WHN Radio.
For the state fair.
It's state fair, yeah.
Milk
We used to do-
contest.
Yep.
Yes. We show cows at the state fair.
Wonderful.
So I hope to see you guys through.
What makes a good cow?
What makes a good cow? One that wants to produce milk and wants to be friendly and kind.
And doesn't take a cut.
Really doesn't, and wants to be there, right? So cows are naturally kind. And
Okay.
Absolutely, they're really friendly. So a good cow is a cow that is sustainable, absolutely doing her job of producing milk and yummy dairy products for all of us.
So how long does a cow last?
I was just thinking that. Like can you over milk a cow and like...
Yeah, so cows, it's all relative. So about a year of cow age is about 6 human years. So our average, cow is about 10, 11 years old on our farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else do you do on the farm? What else do you grow or...
Sure. Yeah, so we
sell?
work around 9,000 acres of land in order to be able to feed all of our cows. So
Incredible.
we feed our cows like the Olympic athletes they are. Our cows have their own nutritionist.
So Chick-fil-A.
All of it. Our cows have their own nutritionist, and so 9,000 acres of land, and we grow all of our own corn, all of our own alfalfa, and all of our own grass hays.
So is silage a mix of those things?
Absolutely, yeah. Silage is when you go, look at you with your words.
That's amazing.
I think that's great. Silage is when you cut it all down. So you have silage and haylage, and so it's when you go through and you cut like all the corn all the way down from the stalk all the way down, and we put it in big bunks. And when you drive by and you see like a big white tarp and all like the tires on it,
yes.
Underneath that would be chopped corn or chopped hay, and those are the biggest 2 ingredients in our cow's diet.
That's wonderful. She's so articulate. Explain what you do when you're not at the farm.
Sure. So in my other life, I'm an agriculture teacher, an FFA advisor at Hamilton Central School. So I teach kids where their food comes from. So I teach classes like horticulture, welding, ag mechanics.
Wait. So, did you see the bridge?
Yes.
Horticulture, welding.
Yeah, she's a self-made person.
That's right.
Huh? Look
So
at
small
that.
animal care, vet science, 7th and 8th grade agriculture. We have a
That's what it's all
welding
about.
shop, a metal shop, a woodworking shop, a school garden, a school greenhouse, and really trying to show students where their food comes from, and that there's 300 careers in agriculture, production agriculture, farming being one, which is obviously near and dear to my heart, but there's 299 other awesome careers in ag,
wonderful.
and let's explore them.
Does everyone have to go to Morrisville for ag? Is that the
No,
default?
definitely
Everybody's
not.
ag's
Yeah.
always like, Morrisville.
Yeah. So my husband and I went to Morrisville.
See, there we go.
See? Which of course is the default. Props out to Morrisville.
Yeah,
We had
yeah.
a lovely time there. But there's a lot of agriculture schools across the state and across the nation. The students can explore,
That's awesome.
find their passion, and let it run for them in ag.
God bless you and your family.
Thank you.
Honestly, what a
Thank you.
wonderful. It's wonderful we have people like that that are
it's
still
true.
farming and everything.
That's right.
it.
That's
Well,
awesome.
We wish you the best of luck, and especially with On Farm Fest and all that. And maybe we'll have you on again and talk.
Oh, we
okay.
would love to talk to you more.
Okay, that's
Thanks
gonna
for having me.
That's gonna wrap things up too, Steve. So now you can go out and row your boat?
No,
or
it's fine. It's running great. We're gonna catch some fish, some Onondaga grown fish.
All right. On behalf of the local show, Zoey Advertising and Tom and Steve, God bless you and your families. Take a walk today and every day with a friend or family member. It keeps the weight down and the mind clear. The local show is heard every Saturday morning from 11 to 1, and then again on Sunday morning from 7 to 9. Listen together with a friend. It's more fun that way. Until next week, get down to business and keep doing business locally, and tell your friends about the local show right here on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM, the iHeartRadio app, and on YouTube at Zoey Advertising 3809. And happy 4th of July.